don't own the right. A little bit of this funky music to go along with my funky beard and mustache while I'm able to broadcast quietly from my humble studio is something I think is going to be of great interest to you. The National City.us is here. The new black city, which I've been telling you all about for quite a while now, is here. The new black city. And I'm the mayor of the new black city. Hey! Let me share with you some ideas about what it means to me to be the mayor. It's not what you say, it's what you do. This is Mandrill. Fence walk. What I'm about to share with you will require, to some extent, we're going to walk the wall. I believe in this idea that the Bible talks about a watchman on the wall. So therefore, I'm going to wall walk, but that was the theme to fence walking. I'm going to turn this off in a minute. You won't have to look at all this unshaven face, as beautiful as it is right now. But I'm going to show you a 2-page document on a portion of what we're doing in the new black city. We're here. You all cannot even fathom how excited I am about this, because I can be unleashed on something that I've been working on for a lifetime. Not a new black city. I didn't know that's what it was coming to or would culminate in. I didn't know that, but I've known for multiple years that I would be sitting, if God said the same, I would be sitting up in a position to help black people. How do I know I would be sitting in a position to help black people? Because I've always been sitting in a position to help black people. Doesn't matter where that was. It didn't matter who I worked for. I have always been true to who I am, Mr. Black Man, and on many occasions enjoy the nickname of Angry Black Man. Yes, I'm very angry. I have plenty of reasons to be angry. If I watch Facebook, look on Facebook today, I might see a picture of a man hanging from a tree with his body burning, with shotguns and their children trying to take pieces of his body. So why wouldn't I be angry? Because all I'm trying to do right now is broadcast to people, white, black, or whatever. But I would have to encounter a black man hanging from a tree with white people celebrating his death at the picnic. Pick a nigga. Boy, I didn't really want to go there so quick. The National City is here.us. Look it up, nationalcity.us. Register there so you can receive frequent updates. Now, let me tell you right now, let this announcement slip by you. You will let this opportunity go right by you initially. Some of you will never catch it. A makeshift studio, home studio, without the proper lighting, even though I know how to do proper lighting. I've been certified in media production and won awards doing it. But the proper lighting is not here. The artist who is myself, the talent who is myself, is not really looking like you probably would expect me to look on TV, trying to impress you. But first of all, you need to understand I'm not trying to impress you or anybody else. What I'm bringing, assisting the black community to pull out of the doldrums, to finance our own projects, to earn income and gain the respect of many other people that are black and not black. Friends of blacks. So that's what the new black city is all about. It's an opportunity for black people to participate in an activity the computer game and you play a war game, you become the person in the war game with your first-person shooter gun. Or if you happen to be playing Monopoly online, you become the little man in the car trying to invest in real estate and become rich. When you play these games, see, this is game-based, game strategy. I'm an educator, I know the value. When you play these games, you are immersed in the game, if it's a good game. The game that we want to play is Black economic development. And we need you to become immersed in Black economic development through youth entrepreneurship. That's the tool. I wrote the manual. Let me know. I'll send it to you for free. Register in the National Black Business Alliance. You can pull it up for yourself for free. Come to National Black City. Excuse me, the nationalcity.us, the new Black City in America. And you'll be able to go to one of our bookstores and find that material. Speaking of the bookstore, are you an author? Is your book in the National City bookstore or library? It's your book. Unless you get it in National City. You've got the number, contact me. You see where you can register. You're going to see announcements that will allow you to take advantage of that. Oh, you're a real estate agent. Do you have an office? National City. Do you make apps? Do you sell insurance? Cars? Subscriptions to any magazines or software services? Are dental services? Medical services? You sell tires, repair tires? Sell candy? Do fundraisers for schools? Are you a teacher who needs extra income? National City is the place for Black people to develop economically. And economics is not just cash money, but believe me, the number one deliverable that we have for you all that are coming to National City are cash deliverables. CASH, American dollars. At the end of the day, we can play all the games that we want. And we've been playing games, but you have been playing on side of the table that's a losing side. You don't know why you can't get ahead because you don't understand the economics of the issue. You think you do. So you're accumulating assets that they call, and then have a car that's 10 years old, already paid off, that's fine. Have all the education you have, all the knowledge you have, and the money that you might have. Why wouldn't you want to have to? Warren Buffett drives a truck. You can drive one. I drive an old truck. But if you would like to have a new car, or if you don't want your daughter or your sons driving around as teenagers in old cars that may break down, or your wife may break down at any time, or you out on the road, then you might want to invest in a nicer vehicle, a depreciable asset. So you'll go into the dealership and you'll plop down X amount of dollars down payment, or trade your automobile in as a down payment and get into another vehicle that's losing money the day you drive off the lot. If you buy brand new, because no one told you that you shouldn't buy brand new, you buy five. I bought a car and the dealership guarantees that they're just like new. So I saved a lot of money. I'm really looking here to buy and drive a brand new car for half the monthly payment. Yeah, so I'm trying to find Black people that want to be better off financially and economically. And economics is not just about money, it's about resources. Stop thinking just money, because we deal in cash, K-A-S-H. You want to be a part of National City. Stop it right there. I've spoken about that now for 9 minutes, 8 minutes. That's enough. Let me get to the core of what we want to talk about today. There are two elements in National City. By the way, I want you to meet Miss Lanita Hale, our first senator. She's done accept the title of senator because her skill set allows her to look beyond just the local needs, which are extremely important, but to be focused on things that could potentially be statewide. That's what the senator does. Her primary responsibility and all the other senators will be to advise, vote, promote, and allocate money to different projects across the state in her area. Meet Lanita Hale. You'll meet her later. She represents the first fruits of the Black community movement. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about that right now, but I'm going to give you a name for it that we may use. Can we call Black Caucus 2? Black Caucus TOO? Yeah, we're caucusing Black people. Black Caucus 2.0, as in the new and revised model of Black Caucus 1. Black Caucus TOO, that's a Black Caucus numerable 2. That means let me get to the outline of the second element that we have, because that's the Black community government, which we're going to talk more. Let me present something to you here on the screen. I'm going to move through it quickly. You won't have an opportunity to respond per se right now, but you will be able to respond in the near future as we have our town hall meetings. Now that goes back to the idea of having a Black community government in the national city. In the national city, we have city hall and we have town halls. Town halls are just what they're meant to be. They're town halls. That gives you an opportunity to bring an issue to the table that needs to be discussed. It is right here. Let's go through this pretty quickly. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The first thing in the national Black city, in the national city, is the Black student government, is the Black community government, which has 2 parts, adult and youth, voting and allocating. Therefore, the Black instructional school zone is critical. Dr. Claude Anderson says in his book, Powernomics, that the first area we need to address as Black people is the mindset. We need to get our mind set on things that are being positive and productive to help our community. And it needs to be set on making sure that those things become evident at the kitchen table level, at the child and elementary school level, not at some big, broad plan for promoting the massive improvement of Black community all over. No, we need to know what's going to happen at the kitchen table and in the elementary classroom as well. So hence the Black instructional school zone, responsible for everything and anything Black in the education realm in the United States. Big claim. You're doggone right. We're taking our kids back. What's the overview? The headline is this: helping educators ally tactfully. T means lead, to lead. Like aqueduct, aqua is water, duct means to lead. Aqueduct. We're going to talk about those Latin terms, those Greek terms later. A duct means to lead. So educators are here to lead. So let's lead people. What is the mission? Where are we leading them? We are delivering effective education outcomes for Black community stakeholders. That's what we want to do, Black educators, deliver effective education outcomes for Black community stakeholders. What that means is we're not really concerned about you teaching. We're concerned about the students learning. Educators, not just teachers, will clearly understand what I just said. What's the vision? To maintain a virtually accessible education structure and services with international scope. Why international? Because there are Black people all around the country, all around the world, Black Americans, who would love to be tied in a stronger way to the American continent, the homeland. So we want to make sure we're delivering certain types of instruction to them as well. What's the vision? This new system we're talking about must include the following. I was listening to a lady this morning, and she was saying that the system can't necessarily be repaired. It needs to be torn down and restructured. Well, I agree with her a lot. So our new system here, the Black Instructional School Zone, the BIZ, is independently owned education as a service subcontractors. Teachers in the regular school system, we call them subcontractors because they are in our system, and they're providing education as a service. Look up SaaS, software as a service, where you don't buy Microsoft, the full package, now Word, you pay a subscription fee. It's a service. So first, independently owned, that means you can own it. Number two, 6 to 7 figure revenue potential. Only looking for educators that understand that your value is at least at 100,000, and that's low. You should look at about 150,000 actually. And lastly, the new system must include internet-based, word-of-mouth driven marketing services. Internet-based, word-of-mouth driven marketing services. Why do I say that? I don't know how to keep what we're doing just in the city of Houston and not spill over to Dallas, and not spill over outside of Houston and Dallas to Atlanta and to other cities and states around the country. I don't know. So therefore, we have to look at a broader perspective on this. What do we value? What do we value? Number one, people. And I didn't say Black people, people. We value people. Number two, we value passion. People that are excited about something. I didn't say excited about anything in particular, but you have some passion. You're not just a bump on the log. It could be a nice bump on the log, but we're looking for people with some passion. Productivity. When you take people who have passion and you identify productive activities, it comes out as a pleasurable experience. So we value 4 P's: people, passion, productivity, and the pleasure that brings to us for being someone significant. What are the goals? The goals are to finance. Notice, finance. I didn't say begging for money. I didn't say ask for grants. Finance education services for Black community stakeholders. Clear. Everything else is going to be a pipe dream, a hope, all of that. But this is a self-financing, self-funded educational district. I know it. You never heard of it. If it's too much for you to understand right now, it's okay. You've never seen it. We're not mad at you. Just try not to get in the way. What are the objectives? We see the goal is to finance education service for Black community stakeholders. The objectives include, number one, 50,000 instructors in the program. Just so you'll understand, and we don't want to, you instructors might be paying $100 a month. Yeah, you're paying the district because you want to be a part of what we're doing. You're a subcontractor. You own your own business. Nobody's taking your profits. But it may cost you $100 a month. I'm just using $100 because I want you to see the kind of numbers we're dealing with. With 50,000 of you, that's 1,000 per state. We're talking about 100 times 50,000. How much is that? Do the math. If I'm not mistaken, I very well could be. That's $5 million monthly. Not a lot of money. Earn an average income of $150,000 plus, and telling others 1 million person audience. What are the strategies? Number one, independent instructional modules. Don't want to have to wait on anyone else to get done what we need to get done. If the people alongside and they're dragging, laggards, slackers, dragging, then we might need to leave them behind temporarily or permanently. Therefore, we have independent instructional modules. Number two, simulation game-based program. I touched on that earlier. When you're playing a basketball game, it's like you're in the basketball game yourself. When you're playing a war game, it's like you're in the war game yourself. How do we know? Because when you're playing the game, you ever catch yourself leaning when you're getting ready to shoot the shot? You're leaning and have the control in your hand, like it's going to make a difference on the virtual shot. But your mind tells you you're in the game. Independent instructional modules, simulation game-based program, direct marketing compensation plans. You get paid for what you do, who you know, and how you organize yourself. You don't have to believe me. It won't be the last good thing that you miss out on. And number 4, educator entrepreneur certifications. I need educators that I know will be trained in what we're doing so that we can stand behind you and tell others that this is a certified Black community development educator, certified. Now, you may say, well, what does our certification mean? It might mean that an extra $5,000 to someone who hires you. If you're a certified Black educational instructor in our program, we might be inclined to send $5,000 along with you wherever somebody hires you. You know what that means? That means they get you for $5,000 cheaper and they get $5,000 to invest in their programs. We're not playing. We're making ourselves very valuable. This is not a game. Well, yes, it is. Let me fix it. It is a game, but we're not playing to lose. All of you can't understand. And see, what I'm bringing to you right now, I know you're excited. I know it sounds good. I know it sounds good. I've worked on it for a lifetime, really, so I know it sounds good. Now, what's going to sound even better is when we speak about it in the past tense, about what we did, not what we're planning to do. What are the plans? Number 1, setting and getting goals. When you work with us, you will set and get goals. Set and get goals. Your goals. Personal, corporate, business, family goals, church goals, spiritual goals, recreational goals, health goals, career goals. We'll set and help you get your goals. Number 2, entrepreneurship. Why? Because entrepreneurship provides you with the way to guess what? To do something. Guess what? Finance your goals. If your recreational goal, one of them is, I want to take a 28-day cruise around South America. It's 28 days. I want to do that. How do you leave someplace for 28 days unless you have some money coming from somewhere? So as an entrepreneur, I'm working to finance my 28-day cruise. Now, most people are not going to be able to go with me unless I'm able to finance them too. So I need money. 3rd plan, management, knowing how to get it done. That's what business is. Getting the right thing done and getting the right thing done right. Effectiveness and efficiency. Getting the right thing done, effectiveness. And efficiency says you're getting the right thing done right. So we want to teach that in management and the attitude and the mindset. And that's where leadership comes in. We're leaders, not followers. Please, 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 in the Black Instructional School Zone, do not let your mouth, don't fix your mouth to say we're trying to close the school gap, education gap. You know, I think from my standpoint, even though I understand, you know, the terminology, I almost hear it like that's a white supremacist term. You're Black as you want to be, and all you want to do is get closer to white people. Haven't you thought about surpassing what their goal was, what their performance is, so that you set a new goal where you're ahead and they're trying to catch up with you? You know, why would you play basketball to come in second place? Why are we playing education to come in second place behind anybody? Don't say that to me, please. It's insulting. And then lastly, what other plans? 2 other things. Number 4, media production and management for fun and profit. People already on media production. They're all over Facebook and YouTube and all that. People already do this podcasting, but you need to know how to do it in a way that you can earn income from it. I'm talking about significant income. I'm not just talking about a few dollars that a YouTube channel. I'm talking about being able to build a business that takes advantage of media and social media. My MBA is in e-commerce, so I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. And lastly, on the academic side, in the Black Instructional School Zone, we want to make sure that we excel in vocabulary. Our children, starting from pre-K to 5th grade, need to excel in vocabulary. What vocabulary? Well, you see on the screen here, it says science. Science vocabulary, sure. Science vocabulary can be something as simple as sun, moon, stars, you know, those kind of things. Because we're only talking about the elementary level. But our elementary level kids need to master Greek root, autonomy. My special education 2nd grade students I taught last year for a minute will tell you that autonomy means auto means self and nomos means law. So self laws, when you're working autonomously, you're working based on your laws, self law. Second grade special ed knew that. Did you know that? Latin root words. Do you know that you have a homo in your refrigerator? My second grade special ed students know that when they go to the refrigerator, they're going to open up the door and they're going to point to the homo, and the homo is going to be that milk called homogenized. Homo means same, and gen means texture. So my second grade special ed students will tell you that the milk is in there. It's called homogenized because it's the same texture. That means that they took the cream off the milk and left the regular milk and took the cream somewhere else. See, that's science. That's science. Just by teaching these Greek and Latin root words. But should we leave off Spanish? We'd be foolish to leave off Spanish. Black people need to excel in all of these things, especially at the pre-K, first grade, second grade, third grade. They don't know that they don't know. They don't know that people may not expect them to know. But we know they know and they can know. And so we're going to expect them to know as a whole group of people across our country. We'll also do basic math and pre-algebra for those that want to go further. But we're not trying to reinvent the curriculum that's already being taught in public school. This is the Black Instructional School Zone. We're focused. At the end of the day, we want the entire community in 2025, 26 to be focused on making sure our children learn Greek and Latin root words. I have computer programs that let them access it on the computer. By making sure that the kids learn it, the kids are going to teach the adults, and the adults are going to teach each other. And our community is going to come up in our knowledge base because language is critical to learning. And so we start dealing with language development at pre-K level. In fact, we deal with it before pre-K. We deal with it right after mom and dad get through having intercourse and find out that they're pregnant. So we start working on mom and dad to prepare themselves to deliver a baby into a world where that baby is expected to learn. So the Black Instructional School Zone goes all the way down to dealing with parents, even if they're just teenagers. We need to wrap our arms around our people and teach our people. I'll be damned if I'm sitting back waiting for the public school system to set something up for me to be able to teach our kids. I'm not doing that. I will not do that. So I have to walk this fence. The Bible talks about fence walking. Excuse me, not the Bible. The Bible talks about being a watchman on the wall. A watchman on the wall. He says that if you see the enemy coming and you blow not the trumpet, then the blood of the people will be required at your hand. This is in, I want to say Numbers. But it also says if you're a watchman on the wall and you blow the trumpet when you see trouble coming, and the people choose to things that are not helpful to their self-preservation, their loss is on their hands. Their blood is on their hands. Now, you have been told on many occasions, and I'm giving you a way to deal with this. The children are being miseducated in our schools around them, but too many of our children are being left behind. Too many illiterate children live in the vicinity of a church, that live next door to people who can read, but have not figured out a way to inspire or teach that child to read. Too many people live around people, Black people, who can read and write and teach, but in many situations are just tired of dealing with Black people. But we need to get over that and figure out how do we deal with our own people. It's that time now. Stop whining about Trump. It's just so weak. Stop whining about Trump. The hell with Trump. Do what you need to do. Trump's not thinking about you. Isn't that obvious? He lost the election for you because they're the same people as the Republicans, using and misusing us. Poverty pimping. Now, of course, this things have done. There's some good things Republicans have done. But I'm way blacker than I am Democraticer or Republicanicer. Did I make those up? Try to. Community government, the order of the day, in the new Black City, the next big thing to happen in Black America, the next big thing in blackamerica.com, make sure you're on the mailing list. You all have a good rest of your day, whatever. Have a good one.